We are covering special transfers for the California real estate exam, focusing on probate, foreclosure, and other court-supervised sales. These topics are tested with very specific numerical and timeline-based questions, so attention to detail is critical. Let's start with probate sales. When a property owner dies without a living trust, their estate may go through probate court. If the property is sold, it often requires court confirmation. The exam loves to test the overbidding process at the confirmation hearing. The minimum first overbid has a specific formula. It must be the accepted offer price plus 10% of the first $10,000 plus 5% of the remaining balance. For example, if the initial accepted offer is $600,000, the first overbid must be at least $630,500. That's the original $600,000 plus $1,000, which is 10% of $10,000 plus $29,500, which is 5% of the remaining $590,000. Memorize that formula. Other court-supervised sales, like those in a conservatorship or bankruptcy, similarly require court approval to ensure the sale is in the best interest of the protected person or the creditors. Next, let's break down the nonjudicial foreclosure process, which is common in California for properties with a deed of trust. The timeline is a frequent source of exam questions. After a borrower defaults, the lender records a notice of default, or NOD. This starts a 90-day reinstatement period where the borrower can cure the default by paying all past due amounts. If the loan is not reinstated, the trustee then records a notice of sale. This sets the auction date, which must be at least 20 to 21 days after the notice of sale is recorded. A huge point of confusion tested on the exam is the difference between reinstatement and redemption. The right of reinstatement allows the borrower to pay only the missed payments plus costs to stop the foreclosure. This right exists up until 5 business days before the trustee's sale. The right of redemption, however, is the right to pay the entire loan balance plus costs. Critically, in a nonjudicial foreclosure in California, there is no statutory right of redemption after the sale. Once the hammer falls at the auction, the property is gone for good. If the property does not sell at the foreclosure auction, it reverts to the lender and becomes what is known as REO, or real estate-owned property. The lender will then typically list this property for sale on the open market to recover its losses. To remember the foreclosure timeline, use this phrase: notice, sell, 3 months to fix, 3 weeks to exit. This helps recall the 3-month or 90-day reinstatement period after the notice of default, and the roughly 3-week or 21-day period after the notice of sale. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.